Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yes, I am short TQQ from pre-market. GBTC can open 12 bucks. Nah, 1270 maybe. Bitcoin, yeah. Could say crypto lost its Momo. Man, things are not going well for Amarin. Jesus Christ. Wow, cruise lines are up. Cruise lines are gapping up, and airlines are fairly strong too. Not that I'm gonna buy them, but they look strong. Hey, look, anytime you want to buy something really expensive and it gets financed in the same day, it's pretty nice. What can I say? Like I had a big TQQ short yesterday, opening range lows. I had like 32,000 shares or more, 35 even. So yeah, I was up like 300k on it near the lows, and I covered some, and then it had this big bounce. So I took break even on the rest, and then I re-shorted some pre-market. Like again, I think if we get a pullback, like this thing is gonna go straight down to the 50-day, maybe even the 100-day. What happened to your Tesla? Tesla, unfortunately, I covered since it closed fairly strong, closed above the 10-day. I covered 4,000 shares before the close, and I held only 10,000 shares overnight. And now it's gapping down a shitload. But look, I think this thing is gonna go to 50-day too. So there's plenty of downtime still, downside still. Let's see if I'll have to trim some more long holdings. Like I got rid of a bunch of longs yesterday, and looks like I may get stopped out of Fastly today. Twitter and Shady are holding up really, really well. I bought some of this back yesterday. The whole sector is hot. So I bought some. Also bought some TNA. I'm seeing a lot of trash stocks starting to rally, like stuff like GME, Tupperware, like Tupperware from the breakout. Holy shit. Up 40%. We've been watching this thing for weeks and weeks. Where did I do the deep fundamental analysis on it? Was it here somewhere that I did my fundamental analysis on it? I guess I should have bought it. I should have gone all in. Five days before the breakout, yeah. Next time I do a deep fundamental analysis on a stock, you guys should pay attention. Heck, even I should pay attention. Yeah. Should have hosted the Tupperware party and spot the stock. You announced the recycled new massive dildo division. Yeah. Means it's gonna double from here. Yeah, Tesla. Yep, that was or that is a big one. And it has more downside. Unfortunately, it's too bad it's gapping down. I don't think it's gonna have a lot of downside here intraday today. I just don't think so. I think it's gonna shop around in a range the rest of the day. Maybe not, I may be wrong, but yeah, we'll see. But I may add more on a good tight setup. I may add more, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe opening range lows if we get that. We'll see. And TQQ, I shorted some pre-market. And I'll short more, maybe opening range lows. We'll see. We'll see what the markets want to do. A what? Hyperbolic stock? Yeah, it's gapping down too. RKT. Oh, RKT is having a big gap down. What the hell? Wait, what? Wow, that's a... Wow, what a move from yesterday late day. Interesting. What's this Zoom doing? Yeah, gapping down too. Oh, RKT had earnings? Oh, there you go. This thing has insane numbers. Yep. Wow. Wow. PE of 14? Are you kidding me? No way. Wow. What am I missing on it? This thing is cheap. Oh, but they're looking at negative growth next year. Okay. Yeah, it's some kind of a financing stuff. Finance company. Yeah, this is not a growth type of a name. Yeah, finance related companies are always tough. I don't really understand them. I don't get it. I don't know. Beyond Meat setting up? No, it's not. This thing has no momentum. It needs news to go from here. This thing has no momentum on its own. It probably needs some news. Maybe. I wouldn't really look for any breakouts here now. Like, I think the markets are really vulnerable. I don't think the next few months are gonna be great for breakout buying. Sale? What do you mean sale? What do we do? Sale? I don't get it. I sold sailing, no swing trade. I don't really. Wait, what? Sailing, no swing trading. What do you mean sailing? I don't get it. Sailing on a boat? Well, if you have a boat, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you probably, you know, swing trading on the long side is probably not gonna be favorable if we pull back and go sideways for a few months. Yeah, I know what sailing is, but what does that have to do with trading? That's what I didn't understand. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean. I mean, you know, look, you know, you should study setups. That's what you should do. You guys shouldn't be looking for trades all the time. Trades, let the trades come to you. Like a good setup is, you know, once you can identify a good setup, like it's gonna be screaming in your face. But to get to that point, you need to study setups. You need to go back and study thousands of stocks. That's what you should spend your time on, probably for the next few months. If the market ever pulls back, that is. No, I only sold some GBTC yesterday. But there's no drop there. It's barely, GBTC is barely gonna open down. It's gonna open down a few percent only. So it's still technically intact. Clear? Nothing on clear. It's just a random pump stock from a few months ago. So Bitcoin so far is undercutting the 50-day. Maybe, you know, the rising 50-day. Let's see if we can find support here. Portnoy SPAC gang? I don't know what that is. Alright, let's see what we get there. Tesla, TQQ, my main watches. I'm not really watching anything else. And I'm definitely not watching anything on the long side. I did buy 100,000 shares of TNA yesterday. Just because, you know, small cap showed relative strength. But I'm fully prepared to get stopped out. And I thought maybe we get a few days of a trash rally before everything starts selling off. So we'll see. All right, market is open. Let's see what we get here. Some of these airline names are going. Again, I'm not really interested in buying Boeing or stuff like that. I just sold all of my GBTC. It's just not acting well technically. You know, it's totally lost the momentum and everything. So I got rid of this thing. TQQ looks interesting technically. It's below the 20 EMA now, and it could just try to rally a bit, got rejected. I'll short a shitload of shares if this thing takes out the lows. If it does. So lowering my stop on Tesla quite a bit. Okay, I shorted another 22,000 shares of TQQQ. Let's see where this thing can go. Again, I think pullback to the 50-day over the next few weeks is not out of the question. RC, there's no setup there. Airlines and cruise lines are going straight up. But I'm passing on them. Opening range highs can be the first 1 minute candle, can be the first 5 minute candle, and can be the first hour candle, which also means the first 30 minutes. It's all three of them. Tesla showing relative strength today. Yesterday it showed relative weakness. Today it's showing relative strength. That's interesting. Oh, KCAC, another SPAC name. What's this QuantumScape? Oh, it's a battery maker. Okay. It's a battery maker. Okay, another EV name then. Looks like Tesla is rallying and TQQs are trying to rally too. I was really surprised by the strength yesterday, late day or mid and late day. Yeah, the only things going up now is are the beaten down names. The names that haven't recovered yet from the March lows. Oh, TQQ is taking out lows of the day, or at least trying to. Oh man, I'm short a total of 41,000 shares from pre-market and opening range lows. I really hope these go to like 120s. That would be pretty epic. But Tesla is still holding up really well. Maybe if we get like if this thing builds lower highs during the day and then builds a tight range and then starts breaking down later in the day, there may be an ad spot there, but you know, we need to wait for at least 3-4 hours, I think. Next stop on TQQ would be this 157 area, both on the 60-minute and the daily. 157 is the next support. It could go there today. Ooh, nice. Let's see if we can get some power downticks on that thing. Yes, we can see you typing. I covered a tiny bit of TQQ. Nokia. Should I, you know, I mean, Nokia looking for upside momentum? How do you know? And why are you trading something like this? Why are you even trading something like this? 1.8 in ADR. It's a total waste of time. Is there a triple long ETF for SPICE or yeah, SPXL for the SPICE and TNA for Russell, and also UPRO I think is S&P 500, but SPXL is better. Or they're both the same, but SPXL is a bit more liquid. Those are the triple ETFs for SPICE and IWM. Beyond Meat is going. Oh, there must be some news on it. Yeah, there's definitely some news on it. I don't know what. FNGU is untradeable for me. It's too illiquid. I can't do any size on this thing. TQQ is you can do whatever size you want with a market order. Yeah, I saw the Tesla triple ETF thing. Yeah. You gotta give people what they want, right? What they crave. 160, okay. I hate being long and short at the same time. Like I'm short TQ, I'm short Nasdaq, but I'm long Russell. Like, okay, save is starting to. Oh, it's already gone. Guys, do you have issues with IB? Guys, does any one of you have problem with the IB page? Yeah, IB is really shitty. Like. Or not, it's not shitty, but you can't trade the US ETFs if you're offshore, or if you're not in the US. Like I have another laptop. I'm trying to download TWS. I've been trying this on several computers and several browsers. Look at what happens. Like. I try to download it, download Trader Workstation, look at what happens. Boom. Look, this happens on several computers, on several browsers. Like I can't, and now I can't even get to the front page. Look, I get this bullshit. Air connection reset, I don't know. The hell is this? It's been like this for like a week. That's a known issue, there's a solution to it. Why is it even an issue? Like, if it's known, why don't they fix it? The European site? Oh, okay. Interactive Brokers. What's the European site? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like their their trading software is really solid. Like it's never down, but their web page, there's always issues with it. It's unbelievable. There's always issues with it, like you know, logging in and always some issue. It's kind of weird, but their trading platform is rock solid. Okay, so I'm trying to download it from the European page. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Oh, it's working. Thanks, guys, man. It's great having a stream helping you out. Like, why can't I go, you know, why does their US page not work? I don't get it. Yeah, TWS, the software is really laggy. There's just so many, you know, things you can do there. Yeah, amazing depth of features. I really don't think it's a positive. I think it's a negative, honestly. Like there's no one is using more than 5% of all the functionality. No one. Because of my IP address? Like, why? I mean, what's the point in sabotaging people who try to surf to your page from Europe? I don't get it. What I think about overstock, I'm short until I get a signal to cover. And Nvidia 600 by September, by 18th of September. That was very specific. Who the hell knows? I have no idea. Yeah, IB, the platform is very reliable. Considering how slow it can be. Oh, I got stopped out of Fastly. Oh my god, I do not like this candle here. And it's a nicey stock. Okay, let's look at my executions. What, a dollar slippage? Oh my fucking god. That's me, guys. That's me. What the hell? Let's see. Alright, yeah, that was me. My lowest sells. I got filled a few hundred shares at 84.40, which is the lowest of this candle. I love New York Stock Exchange stocks. I had dollar slippage on it. My stop was at 86.50 and my average sell was at 85.50. I love it. This is what happens when you trade size, guys. Yeah, they always get me. These nicey stocks are no joke. $20 to $30 slippage like Kodak? What do you mean? You don't get that much slippage from Kodak. Unless you get stuck in a halt. But that's not slippage. Oh, TNA. I'm thinking about selling some of it. Dun, dun, dun. There's an Irish trader in the chat. I should use which route should I use on New York Stock Exchange? What route should I use? Because I've been getting that the stupid slippage thingy. You know, a couple times too many. Yes, but I'm not trading much on on Interactive Brokers. Hey, Moist Mango, do you have any suggestions on routes for nicey stocks? Oh, okay. My size is too large. So are you putting it on me? You're saying it's my fault? That they're screwing me over? That's my fault? Those fuckers. Whoever those fuckers are, they're taking my money. That's what she said? Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I short through center point. Victim blaming? No, I don't think they have any. I wish they had some kind of smart route, because I've used the IB smart route. It's really good. I like it. Consider it a tax, yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah, I've taken their money too, so. But I do it in a nice way. They do it by cheating. I'm doing it by hard work. They do it by cheating. My orders to 3 different exchanges. Yeah. I have some really good entries in TQQ. Some of my longs that have been pulling back, or they look like they've found some support. NVAX, if this thing closes above the 10-day moving average, I'm gonna cover it. They had some phase 1 news today, and yeah, this was a really nice short from when it broke down right here. Went down a total of 33% at one point. Ah, wow, Beyond Meat, what a move. It's just like when Roku was upgraded too. Similar charts, it had kind of lost its momentum, but it went sideways in a tight range, and they got an upgrade, and they broke that range on big volume, and it's still going higher. Like Beyond Meat is kind of similar scenario. Like, you know, any type of news can you know, move a stock. You know, it can be an analyst upgrade. Like I prefer earnings and earnings guidance, but analyst upgrades can also sometimes have big impact. It could be, you know, political stuff, macro stuff. Like any type of news can move stocks. But what you need to do is to, you know, focus, right? Either you focus on kind of a news type of stocks, or you focus on a type of a breakout system I've been teaching. Like there's so many ways to making money in the markets, but the key is you need to focus on something. You probably should focus on no more than 1 or 2 setups, especially in the first few years, until you mastered one setup. There's no reason to focus on several setups. Banking ETF, this thing is going higher. Yeah, a lot of these beaten down shit sectors are kind of rallying today. Oh, CPCOM? No, I'm using like Arca Smart or Arca SMT. I don't know if it's any good. Like it works really well most of the time, but sometimes, not always, sometimes these nicey stocks screw me over. What's the one? CP GOM. I don't have that one. I don't have CP GOM route. Shouldn't CP SMRT, shouldn't that one be their smart route? I'm so bad at routes, I don't really get it. Not really good at them. Yeah, well, Fastly, I may have sold it a bit too early, considering how good my entry was. Yeah, man, it bounced off the... Ah, shit. I got shaken out of it. Bounced perfectly off the 20-day. The sideways 20-day, but still. Ah, fuck. Ah, I may have gotten shaken out of it. That's too bad. But I still think, you know, we are gonna go lower. Or at least not go higher in the short term. But what do I know? Tesla rallying this 440 area. It's obviously a big 440, 445 area. Solar sector down the most? Yeah, it's down quite a bit, yeah. That's good. We needed some base building. Some of these solar names are, you know, they're straight up. Like, this is good action. If we can get a few months of base building until next earnings season, that would be a good thing. Do you ever trade BRCU? I used to. Boy, what the hell is going on here? What just happened to TNA? This thing is just what? 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 Oh my god. This thing just went to shit. Took a $90,000 loss on it from yesterday. It's probably just a shake-up, but I'm, you know. What the hell happened? Straight down. Okay, that's great. Or not. Okay. Yeah, BRCU, I used to trade it, but nowadays, like back pre-corona, I used to trade it several times instead of EWC, but nowadays it's just too illiquid for me. I can't trade BRCU anymore. It's way too illiquid. NVAX, check NVAX. What about NVAX? I'm short this thing. They had some phase 1 news. They just right on the 65 EMA on the 60 minute and the 10-day moving average on the daily. If it gets rejected here, we'll see. If it reclaims, I'm gonna cover it if it closes above that area. You can't trade since the market open. You should probably change your broker. So Tesla rallied back to this big range, 430 area, 432 area. I'm thinking about maybe adding more to my short here, somewhere here. Which one I used? Oh, what's the name of them? I used Nordnet. I also used what's the name of that? I don't think they got bought up by some other broker. What was the name? I don't remember. It doesn't exist anymore, I think. But you shouldn't trade US markets with Swedish brokers. They have the fees and it's just too expensive. Well, Tesla has been, the S&P 500 rumor has been there for a month. I think it's irrelevant. It's all priced in. It's just a pure momentum trade. Just like the split was just a pure momentum thingy. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it with a Swedish broker because they take a percentage fee on every order. They're like pirates. They're like the biggest crooks ever. What broker do you use? Yeah, what broker do I use? Maybe start reading the text that's on your screen, so we don't have to get the same questions all the time. The Giro, do you trade with the Giro? Is it good? It is? I opened an account, but I haven't funded it. What are the fees if you trade US stocks? Are you based in Sweden, MTP 73? It's cheap, but what are the fees? By the way, I reshorted Tesla. I'm on this first red 5-minute candle. It rallied into this resistance area, so I'm gonna use the highs here as my stop, somewhere there. I don't care about data and charts and all of that stuff you can get from somewhere else. But I just want to know how are the executions and and the fees. So it's 50 cents, okay, and 0.004 per share. That's actually pretty good. So there is no, the execution is a joke. It is. Oh fuck. It is. Is there like lag and stuff like that and a lot of slippage? Oh, there goes. Yeah, like the worst. Yeah, that reminds me of the time I traded with my Swedish brokers. It could take like 30 seconds, a minute to get your order filled. Even on liquid stocks, it's pretty. I mean, it's just so bad. Well, the reason I want to go with a Swedish broker is we have a special type of account where you don't have to pay any taxes pretty much. Right now I'm paying 30% tax. But if I could, use a Swedish broker, I wouldn't have to pay any tax or like a really, really small amount. So that's why I'm always looking to go with a Swedish broker, but they're all so fucking bad at trading US stocks. It's not worth it. I'd rather pay the tax and make more money. No, I'm not gonna start my own brokerage. Pareto. You have a 19% tax. Pareto broker. Oh. Pareto Securities. Okay, now everything is kind of fading. Very good. I'm just getting rid of, one long after another. As they stop me out. This Doyu is putting in a... Let's see how Doyu acts here on the 20-day. What did you have to do to get access to TC2000? What do you mean? What do you mean get access? You just pay for it. There's even a free version. You don't need to do anything to get access. Yeah, US. Yeah, Think or Swim. When they before they were bought by TD Ameritrade. I think it was TD Ameritrade. I used to have an account there, but they kicked me out after Ameritrade bought them. With Think or Swim, you get profit charts, which is really good. I really liked it. Yeah, Lightspeed. I heard a lot of good stuff about Lightspeed. Profit charts is gone. No, TC2000 is just a sharding platform. You don't need anything to get. It's just the software. You know, I have data from, like, if you can look back on stocks to the 70s and 80s in like e-signal and TradingView on the daily charts, and the intraday charts too in e-signal to the 90s. CYD, my thoughts. It's a piece of shit pump. It's just a pump job, and technically, yeah, I don't know. It's just a pump, you know. It's kind of hard to know what it's gonna do. It looks broken. Market cap, float. I don't track market cap. I don't track float. All that matters is momentum and liquidity. Nothing else matters. Literally, nothing else matters. Oh my god, TQQ! Holy shit, I need to cover some more. Like, I was up over 300k on it yesterday at the lows. I only covered very few shares, and then I let it grind me back to break even where I covered it. And then it closed. It actually took out highs for the day, I think. Yeah. And then I started re-shorting in pre-market. Holy shit. I'm almost up. Yeah, no, today I'm up 250 on it because I had a little bit lower of an entry and smaller size initially. Market cap is irrelevant. All you need is momentum and liquidity. But generally, yeah, bigger stocks have more liquidity, obviously. Oh, TNA, good sells. What the hell was that random, those power candles? That was annoying. No, TQQ is not a day trade. I don't day trade. It's a swing trade. My target is the 50-day over the next few weeks. My target is the 50-day. And Tesla too. My target is the 50-day over the next few weeks. But I trade around my core, like a core. I already covered some of the re-shorts I did when it failed at this 431 area. No, I don't always use move my stop to break even when I cover or sell something. Look, if we pull back, all of these momentum stocks are gonna pull back. And you know, pull back to the 50-day in Apple wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It would put it back to where it was in late July, right? You know, it's not the end of the world. No. But it depends, you know. Right now the markets look really weak. I mean, the patterns are you know, in a certain way they are opposite when longing and shorting. But the trade management, it's not the same. Shorting, you know, you get, you know, you have to cover faster than you have to sell along because of mathematics. Do I make money, more money shorting or longing? Well, this year it's been on shorting. No, sorry, longing. Yeah, yeah, Robin Hooders are freaking out. Wonder what David Daytrader will do. Didn't he buy the dip on Tesla yesterday? And what's he gonna do when the Tesla goes to the 50-day? If it goes there. Remember, it's 2020. You never know. Yeah, he's pure entertainment. But he has no idea what he's doing. He's just randomly buying and selling things. And it's been working because the market has been straight up. So his mantra, stocks never go down, you know, it's been kind of working. And people are like, hey, look, this guy is correct. Stocks only go up. But the problem is stocks don't only go up. Yes, and that's what I told yesterday. Like UVXY, just because, you know, like these triple long ETFs, they could go down, but UVXY doesn't necessarily have to go up. UVXY is a very, very tricky thing. It really is. MIC, wait, isn't that my investing club? No. They pretend to know everything? The sound is back. Sometimes I look at weekly and monthly charts. Yes, I do. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing? What if you even better being short? Unfortunately, I'm not. I am not. I also have a lot of longs. Most of them are holding fairly well though. Like BE is holding well, LAC is holding well, JD is holding well, AMD okay I guess. Twitter is holding really well. Yeah, opening a Centerpoint account is really easy. It is. How I track a setup and evaluate if it's working. Well, it's easy to evaluate if it's working. If you see green PNL, it's working. But if it goes against you, you want to see higher lows if long and lower highs if short. I'm pressing 1. Yeah, I'm looking for the 50 moving average on Tesla. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't have a OnlyFans. But if enough people request it, I'll get that. I'll get an OnlyFans too. What don't I do for my subscribers? Request. Ah. You've been requesting for 2 months? Oh, you. But it hasn't been enough. There's only been a few people requesting it. Do I view bot? I don't know what it means. What's a view bot? No. $200 petitions? Try 2,000 petitions for OnlyFans. Yes, my target is, I think 50 day could be reasonable if you can wait for a few weeks or a month. The math doesn't work. Well, that's exactly the point. I can have ABBA in the background if you guys want. Yeah, David is a bot. David is the only bot here. New grandmothers, OnlyFans. Oh man, come on. That's too far. Hey, HMate 9, you crossed the line there. Oh. There are about 30 people here. Okay, if you say so. Is there a market for it? Maybe you know about something about it. I have no idea. You are 4 of those 30? I've been streaming for over a year now, or pretty much exactly a year. I don't remember. When did I start streaming? Was it like mid-late September last year? I think so. I think I had like 8 or 10 people here first day I subscribed. Or subscribed. What's it? Streamed. You were here? First day? Yeah, since I posted that Tesla loss, man, holy shit. Not Tesla, Kodak loss. I didn't know you could stream on YouTube, so I opened a Twitch account. That's the only reason. YouTube has a 15-second lag, but isn't that an option, like a settings thing? Honestly, I don't really reflect that much on my trades. Like, I try to go through them. Oh my god, TQQ! Holy shit! I'm up 400k on it. Damn, those pre-market re-shorts were really, really nice. Holy shit. I covered a few more thousand shares. I'm still short 35,000 shares. Oh my god! This thing will get to the 50-day by Tuesday at this rate. Spilled your coffee. Sorry guys, but I get excited. Like when I look at the trade, and then I do something else for a few minutes, and then I look at the trade again, and I'm up another 100k on it. You know, I get excited. What can I say? You know, when you can make a few 100k by just talking to your chat, that's nice. I always use market orders. I always use market orders. Oh, pretty much always. Not always, but most of the time. Stops are always market orders. Because if you don't get filled, you're done. My mom's basement, it is soundproof. None of the neighbors can hear. Yeah, you thought Brandy Love sent me a direct message? Is Brandy Love on Twitch? She's not, right? Yeah, I looked at the boat yesterday. Like yesterday, I looked at the boat. Like when I looked at it, like literally when I left the car, Tesla was here like in the 14s down here, and TQQs were here in the 165s, and I was up I was up like 1.2, 1.3 million total on those two trades. Then we went to the boat and we were there for like an hour and a half. I came back to the car and TQQs were break even. So I gave back like 300k on TQQs. And Tesla didn't bounce as much, but Tesla was up here. So during the time I was looking at the boat, I gave back like 500,000 in profits. $54. I can show you here. I can show you guys. It's a 54-foot. It's a really fast boat for being this size. 37 knots max speed. It's a Swedish brand, and it's made in Estonia. It's a nice boat. It's a really nice boat. And you can steer it with a joystick. I'm gonna show you guys. So it's really easy to maneuver this thing. Yeah, it has a joystick, so you can do like anything. At low speeds you can like do a 360, you can go sideways. That's pretty cool. What town in Estonia? From Tallinn. Exactly. I should have locked in my profits at the lows, and I could have financed the boat the same day. That's not too bad. Oh wow, things are really pulling back now. Woo. Now we're getting some power downticks. It's about $1.4 million, but I'm buying a slightly used one. Delta power boats. And also there is a US dealership too, Delta Power Boats / Delta Carbon. That Delta Carbon Yachts is the like the US name. I think they have a dealership in Florida. Rent? No, I'm not gonna rent the boat. Balboa Island, Newport Bay. Where is that? Is it in Florida? It's definitely not in Florida. It's California, yeah. I was close. Oh wow, Tesla about to take out lows of the day. Very nice. I'm gonna cover up some Tesla from the ads, keeping most. So Tesla, well, if you also add the couple of hundred I locked in yesterday on it, I think I locked in like 300k in profits on it yesterday, so I'm up 1.2 on it now. And TQQs I'm up 450 or so. No, it's depends. If at 30 knots, the range is the safe range is 450 nautical miles, and at 8 knots it's like 1500 miles or something. I'm a Twitch. I think I'm a Twitch partner. No wait. I know I can be a Twitch partner if I want to, because I qualify for it, but I don't think I am a Twitch partner. Why are you so obsessed by my Twitch status? You're asking, telling me I only have 30 people in chat when there's over 200, almost 300 in it? Because I'm a view botting? Okay. How do you know I'm view botting? Not even affiliate? I don't need to make an affiliate. What am I gonna make? Like $10 a month? When I make $1 million per day trading? Yeah, no thanks. Should I ban this guy? Yes or no? Or mute him? Come on, let's show some democracy. Let's prove I have more than 30 people in here. Come on, everyone write something. We've already got more than 30 people writing. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry Randcorp. How do I mute people? I don't even know how to do that. I've never done it. Zoom? Yeah, wow. I guess opening range lows yesterday was the trade. I missed it unfortunately, but yeah. There were some... This was a little bit a tough one to trade. I really don't see like clean ranges, and the gap down today kind of ruined it a little bit, but... yeah. This thing, yeah, it could go back down to 300 very easily. Like, if it goes down to 300, it will be where it was, what, on Monday, Tuesday? That's the crazy thing about it. Can you steer it through OnlyFans? I don't know. How do you guys know he's that Rand guy was a drug addicted day trader? Let's see. Oh, Huya, Tesla, TQQ. Oh shit, I should cover some more TQQs here. So far I've covered 8,000 TQQs. I still have 33. He streams. Oh, was he jealous of my views? Oh, dude, don't tell me the guy is looking at CNBC. Wait, is Jack Swagger on? Is that Jack Swagger? No, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. Wait, so this is the guy that trolled me? What the hell is he smoking? Okay, you're right. He may be drug addicted. Oh, it's too funny. He's talking about me, really? He's also playing poker while he's trading. So he's not only watching CNBC, he's also trading and playing poker. Okay, that's exactly. Why not?
Hello, thank you. Welcome to the Real Streamers channel where we show our face and trade our real money.
Oh, this is too funny. That guy really looks like he could actually be in Mount's basement. Okay, whatever. Let's stick to trading. That may have been my first troll. I don't think I've ever muted anyone before on Twitch. Or maybe I have. I don't remember. Now I truly made it? Yeah. When should we buy back into QQQ for long term? I have no idea. It does options and weed and poker. Wow. I'm a scammer? How could I be a scammer? I'm not even selling anything. Yeah, HCCH. But yeah. But I got chocolates from him, so he's good. He and David are good. They send me a box of chocolates. Should I cap the stream at 300? Well, it depends on the stock. Like if it's a fast-moving stock and closes below the 10-day, I'm probably selling all of it. But if it's a slower type of a stock, I'll wait for the 20-day. Something like AMD and Twitter. Like I use the 20-day on those. Oh wow, this Toyo and Huya. I should probably like if these things can't bounce here. Like right now, Huya is trying to bounce. Toyo, they're both back to break even. Yeah, I'm gonna set stops on these things. You know what, Toyo? I'm just selling it right here. It's exactly where I entered it, slightly lower. I'm taking a small loss on the rest of my position. I did sell about 10-15% on the way up, but apparently not enough. Huya is a bit stronger, but I set a hard stop on it too. If I had 1,000 to spend on any stock, which one would it be? Literally anything. Because 1K, it's just way too little for me to care about. But if you're asking if there's any stock I really, really like long term, well, that's another thing. Exactly. I'd rather buy alcohol for $1,000. What I think about the ACB? It looks like shit. There's no momentum in it. It's a dead stock. It's a dead sector. So NVAC, so far it got rejected on the 10-day. Twitch war? Yeah. I'm not really interested in a Twitch war. I really couldn't care less about the other streamers. The only streamer I used to watch are like I watch sometimes are like World of Warcraft streamers. And I haven't played World of Warcraft in like 7-8 months, but I still watch them sometimes. Who do you watch? I watch PS Hero, the Rogue, and I and I watch Asmongold. Those are the only two. I used to watch more, but I don't really play World of Warcraft anymore, so I don't give a shit. Do I have a 401k? No, I don't, because I'm not US based. Don't tell me I sold Doyo on the lows. I probably did. It did the undercut of the 20-day, and look, I just whatever. It was a small position anyways, doesn't really matter. But now I'm thinking about using this lows of the day on AMD as my stop. I really don't want it to. My entry is here at 82 bucks, but I really don't want to give back more. We'll see how many of these stocks close, like Zillow and Twitter and AMD and Beely and Doyo I already sold. That's it. We have a nice range on Tesla for tomorrow. This what is it? 406, 405. Yeah, 405 for tomorrow. Hopefully, can trade here in the 410, 420 area for a while and build some lower highs, and then we get a nice little range break here. That would be nice. This stock is technically really nice. I really like. We got a range break here, went straight down. Then we got a shorter range break here, went straight down. Obviously this got bought back up later, and now we have another range here. It's the same thing. We got these ranges to the upside, right? Like this range I did trade. This range I traded. Obviously this range I traded when it went. Like it's and remember guys, this trade here, this one we traded too on the stream when it broke higher. And this was the mother of all range breaks. This one we traded on the stream too. And then we can go back to like January, like December and January and February. Same thing, you get these clean ranges. Like it all finds support on these 20 and 65 EMAs, and takes and that now when it has upside momentum, now it has downside momentum. So the 10 and 20 EMAs and 65 are acting as resistance, not support. You're up 300k? Really? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Kung, and yeah, he still streams sometimes, I think. No, the Amazon MMO is really shitty from what I've heard. I never proof. What about my screenshots on Twitter? Of course, they're photoshopped. Like, you know, like the guy. Why is he even talking about me? Like, I mean, stick to your trading and poker. Like, who cares if I'm a fraud? Like, I don't give a shit if anyone else is a fraud. Like, I do sometimes mention when I think someone is a fraud, but I don't spend like 30 minutes on it. TC2000 brokerage, I don't know. I don't have anything connected to it. I don't know what the brokerage they have. I just use it for sharding. I use Centerpoint and IB. I'm happy with those. Who's a fraud? Nah, let's not talk about it. There's no need to. He has an 8K account? Okay. Yeah, should I play games again? I'm waiting for Brandy's titties are frauds? Okay, where's the ban button? Brandy loves titties are for real. What the hell is this? Where's the ban button? I'm joking, you're not getting banned. That was funny. No, you don't need to ban him. No, it was funny. No. Sorry, my moderators gave you a timeout. It wasn't me. I thought it was funny. No, don't do it. That is way too far? Okay. No, I don't play CSGO. I used to play a little bit back in the day. Brandy's hot topic. Okay, you got unbanned or unmuted. I still haven't figured out how you mute people. I think I banned the other guy that was trolling me. Oh, now I found it. Timeout. Okay, I get it. Oh, okay, I just timeouted you and now I untimeouted you. Okay. Okay, I know now how to mute people. I think if you do this, yeah, okay, that must be a ban button. Okay. I'm still trying to learn this. Exactly. Brandy Love. We all love Brandy Love. She doesn't love us back because she doesn't know who we are, but we still love her. Wait, is Brandy Love on this site? What was this site where you can pay like celebrities to make a video for you? What's the name of this site? I showed you guys it like Cameo, Cameo, yeah, Cameo.com. OnlyFans. Was it this site? Is Brandy Love here? Wait, what? She oh, she's gonna be our mascot for the stream. She's the great grandchild of Jesse Livermore, the most famous trader ever lived. Oh my god, this is unreal. I'm gonna make a request. $150. Yep. Okay. There you go. I can't believe she's actually on this site. I was like, yeah, I wasn't, you know, I was like 99.9% sure she was not gonna be on it, but she was. I love it. You're in tears? I hope they're good tears and not bad tears. Wow, holy shit, we are getting some washout. They're washing out all the Robin Hooders. Oh, AMD. Oh, wait, where are the support levels? Like both the S&P 5. Wait, S&P is on the 10 day. Qs. Oh man, I should probably sell my AMD, man. It's just, yeah, I'm selling AMD. I'm not gonna. I'm selling it. Whatever. I just sold my last 26,000 shares. Yeah. Look, it's right on. I just don't like it when the markets are tanking like this. I don't want to wait for it to close below the 20-day. Like, this thing could go to 80 later today. I don't know if the markets keep tanking. I just want to play some defense. Should I get Brandy Love on the stream? Maybe she has some stories, like family stories. Maybe there's some wisdom from Chessie Livermore that's been passed down through generations. It's too much non-trading stuff. I think it's the same amount of trading stuff, and like it's about 70-30. Like there's not much going on today. Like, you know, I made some. I took a huge position in TQQ pre-market. I added to some of my Tesla short, and there's just not been much else to do. You know, corrective markets are like that. Like it's very corrective markets are highly correlated. Like when markets correct, most things go down. While if the markets go up, you have things going both up and down. So, and you know, there's just more things to do in a rising market. Why AMD dropped so much? Because market is tanking. Oh, what how's the Reddit, WSB Reddit doing? Wall Street Bets. Oh. Rainer 898. A computer with no porn. Why? I'm not a fan of buying washouts, no. Because it's very hard to know where the bottom is gonna be. NUSI. It's an ETF. It's a very liquid ETF. I don't see anything here. Yeah, but it's just not a great, you know, it's not a great trader. How do you make money in this thing? ADR 1.4, it's just a waste of time. if you want to make a lot of money in the markets, you gotta be in things that make big moves. Everything else is a waste of time. Yeah, I look at relative strength all the time. Yeah. You know, when you go through a corrective period in the markets, you know, relative strength is really telling. Why not short Zoom? Because I missed Zoom. I missed it. Oh, NUSI, you know, so like an investment? Yeah, sure, it could work as an investment. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it is. If it doesn't, you know, look. But the thing is, why? Like, this thing went down during the Corona sell-off, and now it's barely went up since. Like, it's, I mean, look, like for a long-term investment, it could be good, but it's not really a trading thing. Look, you know, look, could AMD drop further? Yeah, it could be at 70 next week. That's why you need to have some kind of, you know, stop. I use generally the 10 and 20 day. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing bounces off the 20 day, if the market bounces, but I don't know. Is the market gonna bounce? And if it bounces, you know, what if it goes lower yesterday? Like, I think, especially like Nasdaq 100, this thing is really, really, like, this thing is really straight up. Like a pullback to the 50 day is really, like, a pullback to the 50 day, even if we get there by next week, we're gonna be where we were like 2 weeks ago. You know, it's not a big deal. That would be great for stocks. We get new bases and, you know, new buying opportunities. Yeah, I saw that. Nusi only dropped like 12% NUS. Yeah, you're right. It only dropped. But the problem with something like this also is when the market goes up, this thing really doesn't go up that much. You know, these types of things are best, like, really, you know, yeah, I mean, look, if you want a low volatility portfolio, this is absolutely, I think, a good thing. But again, I'm not really an investor, so I don't really have an opinion on those things. I just don't know. Like, I'm a short intermediate term trader. Like, long term, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know anything. I literally don't know anything. Zoom has no support until the rising 10 day. This thing is still so much down. So man, I wish I had kept an eye on it. What's Nvidia doing? Yeah, Nvidia also. This thing is straight up since the March lows. Look at how nicely Nvidia has been surfing the 20-day this whole move. Like, there's a reason why I use 10-day as my stop for, like, a close below the 10-day as my stop for fast-moving stocks and 20-day for slow-moving stocks. Like, this thing hasn't closed below the 20-day since March 23. Look at this thing. It's been undercutting the 20-day a couple of times, right? But it's never closed below it. Like, there's a reason why these moving averages, like I keep telling you about these moving averages. Because I've looked back at thousands of stocks over many decades, and this is how stocks move. This is how the leaders move. They don't close below the 10 and 20-day for a long, long period of time. 10-day and 20-day, it's these moving averages, the purple and yellow line here, the right here, all the moving averages. There's a reason for it. Am I subscribed to any market data? Honestly, I don't know. I just set my orders and buy and sell, and I really don't look at anything in EIB. I don't look at the charts or anything. I just put in my order. Oh man, things are, oh my god. Whew. Wow, AMD, that was a good sale. Maybe BE is holding up nicely. LAC, this one is a position trade, I don't care. JD, oh. Twitter. Billy. Yeah, wow. These moves, man. I need to cover some more TQQ. Wow, I'm up 650k on TQQ today. The problem is I probably gave back I don't know how many $100,000 I gave back on my existing longs, so that sucks. I probably gave back like, yeah, between TQQ and Tesla, I'm probably up, yeah, I'm probably up $1 million today. But the problem is I gave back like $500,000 on my longs, so I'm not up $1 million on the day. That's fine. Wow, Fastly. This candle doesn't look too bad after all. Fucking market makers. This is what stops are for. This is why I use market order stops always. Like, if you don't get filled on your stop, like, there's a reason you have stops. Like, sometimes you get shaken out and the stock comes right back. But at times it doesn't, right? What if Fastly goes down to 60 by next week, right? Like, it's like Dan Sanger says, love your stops, not your stocks. It's one of the best trading sayings ever. Love your stops, not your stocks. If you're a trader, like if you're an investor, obviously you should love your stocks. But if you're a trader, no feelings, you know, doesn't matter what this company's doing. Doesn't matter that the company's making your favorite product. If it stops you out, it stops you out. Yeah, flash crashes too, yep. Maybe hit the 50-day today. Yeah, that would be something. Now we're getting some panic. We haven't gotten panic in a while. Last time we had a panicky type of day was here, June 11th. That's the last time we had a day where it was panic in the air. Since the March obviously. Yeah, June 11th, that was it. UVXY? Wow. Yeah, oh, yeah, now they're starting to buy this thing up. But look how laggy it is. It kind of kept grinding and now it's kind of speeding up. I'm not really interested in trading this thing. Is TQQ easy to borrow? Yeah, it is easy to borrow. It should be easy to borrow everywhere. It's a very liquid ETF. It shouldn't really be hard to borrow anywhere. And look at these cyclicals now. The airlines and cruise lines, they got slammed down. My gut feeling was correct. This DXCM had a weird breakout yesterday. Just out of nowhere. Just as the market selling stopped, this thing broke out. Super random. It looks really good on the weekly chart. You wrote me a DM? Oh shit, I have several DMs here. I'm gonna get to my DMs. I see several people wrote to me. Let's see here. My stream is choppy. What do you mean by choppy? Is it lagging? Well, I have different kinds of setups. I probably should put my setups on my link here. The read this first link. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have so many problems with these fake Twitter accounts. Like, what's up with that? I mean, even people who necessarily don't have a lot of followers get those fake accounts. Yeah, so yeah, I probably need to do a blog post. I've been so lazy. There's been so many things going on lately. I just haven't had the energy. But yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do a blog post about my 3 setups. Well, honestly, like if anyone comes and ask you for money, and you know, it's like it's such an obvious scam. Like, people who fall for it probably need to experience that loss, so they have that experience. Like, once once you've been scammed once, you know, you won't be scammed again. Like, I've been scammed once, like, was it like 7, 8 years ago? And you know, never again. Like, I just recognize it immediately. You've been scammed 10 times. You'll learn one day. Nah, you know, you know, obviously you can always get scammed no matter what, but you know, I think everyone needs to be scammed at least a couple of times, just so you get those red lights in your head, you know, so you can just recognize the situation. And the younger you are when you get scammed, the better, I think. I think it's healthy to get scammed at least a few times. Oh, Huya, I think I got stopped out of it. Ah, Doyu, what did Doyu do? Doyu, that's the thing. Like, what if the markets rally from here and I got shaken out. Yeah, it's too late shorting TQQ. The entry was today, like in pre-market and opening range lows. Now it's already down like a shitload. You know, there's no edge shorting here. It could go either way. It could bounce back to 170, you know, by tomorrow. Like, you know, it's just... How much account percent are you down today? I'm not down, I'm up. I had a mega short in TQQs from pre-market, and I was short Tesla from yesterday. I gave back about 500,000 on my longs, and I made about 1 million on Tesla and TQQ today. So I'm up on the day. You were on a holiday in Alaska? Well, next time you should let him fix your bike first before you give him money. That's actually pretty funny. He ran off with your money. When I was 12, the ice cream man invited me to his house. I learned there is no free ice cream. Oh man, I hope that's not true. Because I've been looking for a pullback for a while now, just, you know, and pre-market I started seeing some backside. I was just waiting for the TQQs to either go parabolic, which we got yesterday. The problem is they got bought back up, so I went from up 300k to up 0, and then, you know, I saw the gap down and it started, you know, you look at the 60-minute chart, the 10 and the 20 days started sloping lower. So that was like early signs of potential backside. And then I added more on opening range lows. I did like, what did I do? Like 20,000 shares pre-market and another 20 or so opening range lows, I think. So I had like 40, a little bit over 40,000 shares. Now I only have 31,000 left. Because I'm looking at the 50-day as my target. No, I was looking at the EMAs on the 60-minute chart. Wait. You bought a fake Armani from a grocery store on a grocery store parking lot that didn't sound any bells. Oh, I hope you guys are trolling me, man. Come on. I think you're trolling. You went to visit a Nigerian princess in Lagos? She never showed up to pick you up to go to her palace. Aw, that's too bad. He had an Italian accent, that makes it legit. Exactly. Hey, seems legit. Oh. Wow, I'm down to 10 positions. I haven't had 10 positions in a while. Look at how overstock, like this is how momentum stocks act. Like this is what backside looks like, okay? Like look at how it acted on the front side when it was going up. Like the 20 and the 65 EMAs, they were acting as support levels. Look at how nicely it surfed the 20 EMA. Then it pulled back, found support on the 65 EMA on the 60-minute chart, right? And then it just kept surfing the 20 and the 65 EMAs, right? Look how perfectly it found support on the 20 and 65 every time. That's what front side looks like. This is what backside looks like. It can't get above the 20 EMA. You see this? The 20 EMA is sloping lower. It can't get catch air above it. And NVAX looks the same, right? You know, it's surfing below the 20 EMA and the 65 EMA. And today it got rejected on the 65. This is how stocks move. Don't ask me why. It just works, right? These moving averages, they just work. They just do. On momentum stocks. They don't work when a stock is a random sideways stock or some slow moving stock. It needs to be a momentum stock. Who the hell buys a speaker system from a van? I mean, some of these scams, like really, like there are some really like legit like scams that are really tough to spot, especially the ones that target elderly, that are like, you know. But some scams, like really, like, you know, if you fall for it, you kind of deserve it, right? You kind of deserve the lesson. Like if you buy a sound system from a white van, like really, like anytime someone approaches you to sell something like that, that's like, it's like such a basic thing. Anytime someone calls you or approaches you and tries to sell you something, you just don't do it. Don't do it. Just walk away. Selling cheap stocks. Yeah, buy the dip and they get the second dip for free. uh, yeah, what a scam. This guy on Twitter telling you to join the stream. It's the biggest scam ever. Alright, I just don't see much to do here. Like we got the washout. I didn't think TQQ was gonna go to 146 today. I really didn't think so, but okay. I'm happy with that. I still think we have a lot of downside. Right now, oh, AMD's bouncing. Wow, AMD. Okay, yeah. I got rid of a lot of longs today. I just wish I had gotten rid of them earlier today, but it's kind of hard. You know. What if it didn't pull back today, right? And that's how it is. My stop is HISO today, as you can see here on this chart. HISO today is my stop. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now. I'm gonna do one more scan and I'm gonna cut. Wow, nothing in this scan. Almost nothing here. This KCAC. It's a new SPAC for today. Guys, anyone asking what platform this is? There's a hint. It says right here. Right here. Called TC2000. Yeah, I covered a quarter of my TQQ, or maybe a bit more than a quarter. Alright guys, thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. The only trade I'm looking to do potentially later today is Tesla. If it either breaks this 406 range, or if it just breaks a tight range to the downside. But that's like maybe in 2-3 hours. 4 hours, not now. All right guys, see you tomorrow. Good luck trading rest of the day if you're gonna trade.